1950s, 95% of children, 95% of 18-month-olds were completely trained. Do children under 2 years old have the capacity to recognize the sensation, to understand that what it means? Yes, they do. And while this period prior to age 2 can be a time when children are limited in their ability to communicate verbally, we know that through the Baby Signs program that children can communicate very effectively with signs. And so we can say that children, when they can start signing, which is as early as 6, 7, 8, 9 months, they're signing about some simple things, that they are capable of communicating, and they can communicate about all kinds of things, including their need to go potty. So what do we mean then about emotional readiness? Emotional readiness means that the child is showing a willingness to cooperate, that they're engaged in the process, that we don't want them to be emotionally disturbed or emotionally upset, that they are ready emotionally to do this. And that's another place where the Baby Signs potty training program really has a huge influence. And that's because the potty training, the products in the potty training kit, we've thought them out, they're very systematic, they work. They are so much fun and motivational for children that children prior to 2 can be emotionally ready because they want to do it. It's so fun. We've got a DVD, we've got board books, we've got stickers, we've got a conductor's whistle. We use the train theme that all children love that, and they get excited about cooperating. Children love the potty time routine and getting on board the potty train. So this is one of the things that's going to really help you get your child emotionally ready and willing to cooperate because it's so much fun. Now the third area of readiness is physical readiness. Are children physically, prior to age 2, are they physically ready to potty train? Again, we can go back to the 1950s. Were they physically ready? Yes. We look at other cultures that they potty train their children, some of them by 7 or 8 or 9 months. America's very different. And so can we say that children prior to age 2 are physically ready? Of course they are, because children haven't changed over time. Physically, they haven't changed over time, and children in other countries are not physically different than babies in this country. And so children are ready. It's clear that they're physically capable of potty training prior to age 2. Now, I'm going to give you a handout before you leave here today that will give you some information about this readiness, the 3 areas of readiness, so that you can take that with you and look at it and think about it in terms of your own child and in terms of sharing it with other people that may say to you, you need to wait until they're ready. Okay? So we can say in terms of our children ready before age 2 to potty train, they're cognitively ready, they're emotionally willing to cooperate, they're emotionally willing, and they're physically able. So, if babies are ready, willing, and able, why should parents wait? What we found is that potty training before age 2 is easier for parents, it's better for babies, and it's better for the environment. And think about how many of your friends that you know, and maybe you had to go through this as well. Think about what we call the preschool crash course, because you, as you well know, so many preschools will not take children if they haven't been potty trained. And what parents, they're kind of caught between a rock and a hard place. They're being told, don't potty train them until they're ready. Oh, you got to get them trained before they come to preschool. And so parents are putting it off, and then all of a sudden the preschool deadline is looming, and they're like put a lot of pressure on their child because they've got to get them potty trained before they can start preschool. So the potty training program, our Baby Signs potty training program, our kit contains everything that you and your baby need to get on board the potty train. So I want to show you each of the things that we have, and I'm going to pass them around so that you can take a closer look and see the quality of the products that we have in our program. First of all, we have the All Aboard the Potty Train DVD. This has, in our field test, has turned out to be probably the most motivational and learning aid that we have in the kit. Because on this DVD, we use our Baby Signs diaper doodle characters. We use 3- and 4-year-old children who are modeling signs, and babies love children that are just a few years older than they. And we also have other babies signing and sitting on potties and potty seats, and so children love this. It also, we use routines. As I said, that's a very powerful way to teach children new behaviors. Also, we use a lot of repetition of the signs. Children learn through repetition. We all learn through repetition. And so children have lots of opportunities to not only learn the signs, but to learn the potty time routine. It's also important that children at this age, they imitate. Think about, children between 12 and 24 months. They get into a stage of imitating everything. And so they imitate these characters and children going through the potty time routine. They also identify with the characters, and that's another thing that we know is an important tool for learning, identifying with a role model. And so children do that. In fact, we had one family that told us that their son, after watching this, he identified with one of our diaper doodles whose name is Scooter. And he would only answer to Scooter. He was Scooter. They would call him by his name and say, it's time to go potty. And he would say, I Scooter. And he would not go potty unless they said, okay, Scooter, let's go potty. And he was quite happy to go right along. So this is a really, really motivating DVD. And even verbal children who don't really need to rely completely on signs for communicating, they still love the signs because children like doing those kinds of things. If you think about how children love Itsy Bitsy Spider and the wheels on the bus and the wipers go wish, wish, wish. So they like doing the routine and including the signs, even though they can say the words. So again, it's for children of all ages. So let me pass that around. You can have a quicker look at that. We've also included the All Aboard the Potty Train Lift the Flat book. And it goes through the potty time routine. Songbird needs to go potty. What's the sign for potty? And you lift the flap. Potty. Here's how you sign potty. Can you sign potty? Interactive, so that children can actively engage in this book. So that's another important motivational part of the program. And then we also have the train conductor's whistle. And this has been really inspiring for children. They love this because they can blow the train conductor's whistle. And parents have told us that they use this to signal that it's time to go potty. We had one mom say when she potty trained her older child, she used an oven timer. And she said it worked, it timed when he needed to go potty, but it wasn't nearly as fun as this train conductor's whistle. So parents have used it as a signal that it's time to go potty. They've also used it as a way to celebrate success. And they let their children, as a reward, blow the whistle. And then another funny situation is a family that told us that their son loved this train whistle so much and liked to blow it. He liked to blow it when he went potty. He got where he blew it anytime anybody in the family went potty. And so it really is fun for children. It gets them into the potty train theme. And then of course we have reward stickers, because it's always important to reward children when they accomplish something. And so we have good job, I rode the potty train, I'm on board the potty train. And the nice thing about these is that if you run out of these, you can go to our website, pottytrainwithbabysigns.com, and download these files, print them onto sticker paper, and you've got replacements. There you go. Okay, now the parent guide that comes in the kit is very important. If we say that the products for the babies are really the heart of the program, then the parent guide is the brain of the program, because this helps parents get started potty training their baby using the Baby Signs Potty Training Program at whatever age their child is. No matter what your age, the age of your child, this will help you figure out how to get started in this program. It provides step-by-step instructions. So for example, it's one section, the first section is laying the tracks, so building a foundation for the potty train to go. So that is at 6 months starting to teach babies about signing, not specifically the potty time signs, but about signing in general, so that they become familiar with signing and using signing effectively. And the next stage, pulling slowly out of the station. This is the stage that when your child is around 12 months old, you can start to focus on the specific potty time signs. And it's important to start building in a potty routine, so that just 2 or 3 times a day, without any kinds of expectations or any pressure for your baby to actually use the potty, but just getting your baby to understand that this is what we do every morning when we get out of bed. We go in and use the potty, or at night before we go to bed, get washed up, go to the potty, put on the PJs, and that's a part of the routine. Now we have one employee in our office that has a 12-month-old, and he's a signing baby, of course, and so he's 12 months now, and she started to pull slowly out of the station, which means teaching him the potty time signs, and he's signing potty, so he's caught on to that, and he knows, and he recognizes when somebody else is going to the potty, or when he's on the potty, he signs potty. And she started to get him in the routine of going every morning and then in the evenings. And he's actually gone potty. He's actually peed in the potty a few times. So again, it's something just to get babies used to doing, to know this is a part of what we do every day. And then of course, when a baby is used to that, you can pick up speed, and once adding more and more routines and moving through the process, and then they get to the point where they're really catching on and you can move full steam ahead. So the parent guide really does give you the information that you need. It really is essential for doing the Baby Signs Potty Training Program. It tells you how and when to get started. It tells you when to move on to the next stage. It gives you tips for how to keep your child motivated and encouraged. It gives you lots of fun ways to celebrate success when your baby has success. It answers parents' frequently asked questions. We also, in the parent guide, we have a glossary, an illustrated glossary of the 5 potty time signs that go with the potty time routine, but also 15 other signs that are very useful around the potty time routine. We also include a chart that you can share with your caregivers if your baby is in child care, that will let them know what you're doing. And the most important thing, I think, for parents is that this is written in a very short, easy to read style so that it can fit into the busy schedules of parents these days. Even the busiest parents have time to read this book. Okay, so now that you've seen what we have in terms of the products in the kit, I want to show you another segment of the Potty Train DVD that shows you the signing, the potty time routine and the signing that goes along with that. So it's just a short segment, but I think that that will give you a better sense about how this can work for children. One of the cute things that we've also heard from our field testers is that you'll notice in this segment that when the diaper doodle character jumps down off of the potty, there's a little boop sound, and we had one family say that their son, every time he gets off the potty, he goes boop, which again confirms how children imitate what they see and what they hear and how powerful this is. Wasn't that fun? Now what I want to do is just take a few minutes to teach you the 5 potty time signs. They're very easy to learn, easy to remember. First of all, the sign for potty, which is to make the ASLT sign for toilet, so potty, and you shake it, your fist back and forth. You use this sign in general for potty. One of the ways that you can teach this sign to your baby is sometimes you notice that, oh, they're going, pooping their diaper or they're peeing, because you can kind of see their faces, and you can teach them the connection by going, oh, are you going potty? Are you going potty? So look for opportunities to pair the sign with what's happening with them. One of the other interesting things is that while we recommend that parents start with pulling slowly out of the station around 12 months, one of our field testers, her son was 22 months, but her younger son was 9 months. And he began to imitate his older brother doing the potty time signs. And the parents thought, oh, he seems interested. Let's see what will happen. And they started putting him on the potty, and within 2 months, he was potty trained by 11 months. So it really does work. The other